today we will study pile foundation, that is unit 4th. Okay, so what is the outline of the lecture of today's lecture? We will study about pile foundation, then classification of pile foundation, what are their types, then what are the criteria for selection of piles. So first, what is pile foundation? So pile foundation is a kind of deep foundation, is actually a slender column or a long cylinder made of materials such as concrete or steel, which are used to support the structure and transfer the load at derived depth either by end bearing or skin friction. So pile foundation is majorly used as that area in which the soil bearing capacity at shallow depth is very weak and hard bearing strata is very long depth, so we are supposed to use their pile foundation. Okay, then where it is applied or application or use. So for large structure and in situations where the soil at shallow depth is not suitable to resist excessive settlement or to resist uplift. Okay, then what are the classification of pile foundation? So pile foundation are classified first on the basis of its function. Function means how it transfers the load to the below soil. So first it is end bearing piles. These are used to transfer the load through water or soft soil to a suitable hard bearing strata. So simply end bearing piles are the piles which transfer the load by their point bearing contact with the hard surface strata. Then friction piles. So friction piles, as the name you go through, these are used to transfer the load to a large depth by skin friction. So the material behind or in adjacent to the pile is transferring the load through their frictional forces along the length of the pile. Then compaction piles. Compaction piles to compact loose sand and to increase the bearing capacity. Pile driving process. Then compaction pile. So compaction pile is used to compact loose sand and to increase the bearing capacity. So pile driving process starts from center to the forward direction. Majorly the compaction piles themselves do not carry any load, but it helps to confine the loose soil. Then fourth, tension pile or uplift pile. So it is provided to anchor the structure to resist uplift forces or unpinning action, especially in towers. Then anchor piles, so to prevent the seepage forces in order to overcome piping failure. As you know, piping failure is due to the uh, equalization of effective stress when the uplift force pushes the body to upward direction. Then fender pile or dolphin pile, these are used to protect the waterfront structures against the impact of water waves produced by ship and other floating objects. Majorly it is provided in port areas. Then second classification based on materials. So pile is made up of which material is based on the material properties. So first it is concrete pile. So concrete pile can be of two types. First, precast means the pile is made in the industries precast, and you second is cast in situ. Cast in situ means you have to cast on site. Then second is timber piles, that is made up of timber. Then steel piles. Steel pile is of first type H piles, then pipe piles, then sheet piles. Sheet piles is used to restrict the seepage force or seepage pressure in earthen dams. Then composite pile. Composite pile means the piles which are made up of two composite different materials like concrete and timber or other concrete and steel. Then third classification based on method of installation, that how the piles are installed at the site. So first it is driven pile. Driven piles means the type of pile like timber, steel or precast concrete piles may be driven into positions either vertical or at an inclination. Okay, majorly we go through the driven piles in the areas where uh, there is loose soil, and not where the hard strata is like rocky gravel soil. So where the driven procedure can damage the piles. So board piles are used, uh, only concrete piles can be cast in situ, holes are drilled, and it is filled with reinforcement and concrete. So board piles are used in the gravelly areas. Then driven and cast in situ. Piles are formed by driving a casing with a closed end to the soil. The casing is then filled with reinforcement cage, then it is filled with concrete. So it is driven and cast in situ. Majorly it is used for bridges, then or over flyovers. Then based on displacement, there are two types of piles: displacement or non-displacement. Displacement piles means which can be used lateral displacement of soil when installed, that is driven pile. Driven pile displaces the soil or disturb the soil. Then non-displacement soil, there is no lateral displacement of soil when pile is installed, that is all board piles. Then what are the uses of pile? Why we will use pile foundation in subsequent case as respect to shallow foundation? First, to carry the vertical compressive load. Then second, to resist uplift tensile force. Then to resist horizontal or inclined load. Then to protect the waterfront structures from the impact caused by the ships or waves. Then to make the excavation trenches self-supporting, to provide anchorage against the pull or tension. Then to protect marine structures such as retaining wall in docks, wharves, in order to protect erosion of riverbank. Then pile driving. So how we drive or insert pile into the grounds. So piles are commonly driven by means of a hammer supported by a crane or by a special device that is known as pile driver. Then there are different types of hammers on the basis of its driving capacity. First is drop hammer. Drop hammer is a simple hammer raised by a winch and allowed to drop under the gravity. Then single acting hammer. Single acting hammer is the hammer which is raised by steam or air pressure and allowed to drop under gravity. Then double acting steam hammer. As you know by the name, air or steam pressure is used to raise the hammer and to push down the hammer. So steam pressure is needed for lifting the hammer and when you drop the hammer, then both the times. Then diesel hammer are the hammers air and diesel oil mixture is ignited when the hammer falls, and that causes automatic lifting of the hammer and pushing down the pile. Then vibratory hammers are simple hammers that works on vibration techniques for pile driving. Then load carrying capacity of pile. Then load carrying capacity means the ultimate load carrying capacity or ultimate bearing resistance. It is denoted by Q in subscript UP. QUP of a pile is defined as the maximum load which can be carried by a pile, or safe load or allowable load QA is QU upon FOS, factor of safety. Then it can be determined by static method, then dynamic method, then it is determined by field test. Then field tests are classified under four categories. What are the field tests? First, pile load test, then second, standard penetration test, then third, cyclic plate load test, then fourth, cone penetration test. So we will discuss a static method and dynamic method in the next class. Here you can see by figure, that is end bearing pile, the hard bearing strata can be in contact with the pile point. In friction pile is transferred by skin friction or side friction. Then in third diagram it is combined and end bearing and friction pile. It transfers the load by the help of end bearing and friction process both. And compaction pile, it is used to compact the loose soil. Okay, thank you. So we will discuss this next slide.